What's going on, guys? Back again with another video. It's your boy, Multiple Voice Guy. And welcome back to another episode of Fight Wars Unlimited. The show where I take two fictional characters and I pin them against each other. And of course, these could be any fictional characters I want, because this is my show and I do what I want. Before I get into this episode, I just want to say, please sure to check out my previous episode, which was Hulk versus Bane. That was really interesting. I really liked that one. So, how about we get into today's episode? Now, this episode's going to be a little hot, because today's battle, I'm going to be pinning Johnny Blaze, aka the Spirit of Vengeance, Ghost Rider, against Hamato Yoshi, aka the Ninja from Hell, Scorpion. Now, which one of these two hell spawns are going to win in today's battle? Let's find out. Of course, first up, we go over their origins. Their weapons, and their abilities. And to find out who I think would outright win. Johnny Blaze was just your average motorcycle daredevil, pretty much so. He rode motorcycles for a living, and he even had a nice little side gig with his dad. And life was pretty good. Until he found out his dad was diagnosed with cancer. And so little Johnny was sad. And of course, but one day a man approached him saying that he could help his father. All he would have to do is sign a contract. And Johnny, being desperate, he did it. But that may have been a mistake, because the guy he just made a deal with was none other than Satan himself, the devil. And basically, his father was cured from cancer, only to slip into a motorcycle accident. And of course, his father passed away. Because, as a nostalgia critic said, "Oh wow, who would have known you can't trust the devil?" So, basically, he was basically pretty much hurt. So as a last resort, and so he eventually moved on until he met the devil again. And the devil basically, quote-unquote, claimed him as his property, where he's a normal guy by day, but by night, he turns into something black. He turns into something sinister. Basically, his skull gets set on fire, and he becomes none other than the Ghost Rider. A spirit of vengeance who can send evil spirits to hell. And of course, that's exactly what he does. And now the Ghost Rider's main weapon is the chain, which if he grabs a hold of it long enough, he could set it on fire. And of course, he can shoot fireballs out of his hand, according to the cartoon. He could shoot fire out of his hand. He could shoot fire out of his mouth. And of course, his most classic ability, the pit and stare, where he could grab a hold of somebody evil and see all the wrong they've ever did and pin it against them, and they would be pretty much dead. So yeah, it's clear that Ghost Rider is somebody you don't want to f with. Yeah, so if you are a sinner, just beware. Ghost Rider's coming for you. Alright, next up we'll talk about Scorpion. Now before he became Scorpion, he was once a man known as Hamato Yoshi, who was the leader of the Shiryu, and just for the record, I am basing him off of the video game, who was the leader of the Shiryu and was happily married to his wife and had a son. Yeah, and until one day, his clan and family were slaughtered, and of course, he got killed himself too. And then he was resurrected by the sorcerer known as Quan Chi. And for years, Quan Chi has tricked Scorpion into believing that it was Sub-Zero, the Grandmaster of the Lin Kuei, who was responsible for his family and clan's death. Which even led to the death of the original Sub-Zero, Bihan, and why Kuai Liang always took on the role of him. But it's actually revealed that in Mortal Kombat X, that it was actually Quan Chi who was the one responsible. And so Scorpion responded by chopping off his head. Now, Scorpion is a really fun character to play. First up, Scorpion's weapons. He has a spear, or also known as a chain dart. And of course, what's his classic phrase when he throws it? "Get over here!" And of course, nowadays he also has two swords that he can slice with. And of course, his abilities. He can teleport, or as the game calls it, flame pour, because every time he teleports away, it leaves behind a trail of flames. And when he takes off his mask, he has a burning skull, and he can shoot fire out of his mouth. And he's really skilled in hand-to-hand combat. And so, yeah, that's Scorpion. Now, which one of these characters would actually win? Now, after breaking it down, and also I decided to stop doing the whole characters coming out to tell you to vote for them, because it's stupid and a waste of time, in my opinion. But basically, who would actually win? Now, I say, here's how the battle starts. Let's say the fight starts like this. Ghost Rider is driving down the cities looking for evil souls to take to hell, until he sees a fire tornado happening, and then emerges from the flame tornado is none other than Scorpion. And Ghost Rider comes, and he's like, "Who are you?" And Scorpion's like, looking, "I am Scorpion." And then he looks at Ghost Rider. "Quan Chi, I thought I killed you. This must be your kind of sorcery." And then Scorpion responds with a flame kick to Ghost Rider. And then the fight begins. Scorpion does a flame pour, but the minute he tries to fight, Ghost Rider blocks it. And then it turns into a full-on fist fight. Scorpion using all of his ninja moves, and Ghost Rider just blocking, and of course landing a few hits himself. Until Ghost Rider decides to take out his chain and set it on fire. And of course, as he throws it, it gets countered with Scorpion's chain dart. And of course, it basically goes into a full fight, and where Scorpion basically just throws his chain dart and just pulls Ghost Rider close to him, and of course saying his classic phrase, "Get over here!" And then he punches Ghost Rider right in the face. But of course Ghost Rider just gets right back up, and of course starts shooting some fireballs at him. But of course this is Scorpion we're talking about, so it has no effect. And then Scorpion flame ports away again, and then when he re-teleports, he kicks Ghost Rider right in the face. And then when he tries to flame pour again, Ghost Rider just wraps Scorpion up in his chain and just throws him across the wall. And basically then as Scorpion basically gets up, he realizes that Ghost Rider's in there. And then when he looks around, Ghost Rider just drives his motorcycle and tries to hit Scorpion, but Scorpion teleports away, and then he re-teleports and gets out his swords and tries to slice Ghost Rider. But of course, like I said, melee weapons and guns and all that sort of stuff does not work against Ghost Rider. So Ghost Rider is back up in no time. And then basically keeps driving Scorpion throughout the city while fighting. Until Scorpion's like, "Enough of this, I shall finish you." And basically he takes off his mask, revealing the burning skull. And he shoots at the floor and then basically drags Ghost Rider into hell. Into where they're basically both fighting in hell. And of course, Scorpion just slams Ghost Rider to the floor, but then Ghost Rider gets up, and then his fire starts to become blue. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. This is Angel Rider, where he gets up, and of course, Scorpion tries to shoot his spear, but of course, Ghost Rider just catches it, and then Ghost Rider decides to use Scorpion's own line in his face. "Get over here." And then he basically just pulls Scorpion, grabs a hold of his throat, and then does the Penton Stare, where eventually, because even though he is a Hellspawn, he still has a soul of Hamato Yoshi. And then he remembers his wife and all that stuff, and his kid, and his clan, and then he eventually just falls to the ground limp. And then Angel Rider turns back into Ghost Rider and goes back into the surface world and gets back on his bike and ride off, taking Scorpion's life and the win. So yeah, that's right. Our winner is Ghost Rider. Now, before I get into the reason why Ghost Rider won, again, please be sure to check out my previous episode, which was Hulk vs. Bane. But basically, the reason why Ghost Rider won is because, well, overall, Ghost Rider is just more stronger than Scorpion. And he's also had more experience. He's fought in World War, Hulk, Blackheart, and all sorts of other foes, as Scorpion has only fought in Sub-Zero, and Quan Chi, and a few other Mortal Kombat combatants. But of course, Scorpion won. And even when Ghost Rider was at his mercy of World War Hulk, Ghost Rider was still able to get back up and continue fighting. But Ghost Rider is not invincible. But basically, Ghost Rider is pretty hard to put down. And so is Scorpion, but in the end, Scorpion is still Hamato Yoshi. He just has a few extra abilities. So basically, short term, I say our winner is Johnny Blaze, aka the Ghost Rider. I hope you guys enjoyed, and again, like I said, be sure to check out my previous episode, which was Hulk vs. Bane, and be sure to check out my next episode, which is going to be the Clown Prince of Crime himself, the Joker, against the Spider-Man villain on a glider, Green Goblin. That is going to be sick. But until then, I'm Multiple Voice Guy, and I hope you guys enjoyed.